Hello viewers, how are you? Welcome to my channel Physics with Rams. So today we are going to discuss about friction. So before going to start this topic, my humble request to everyone is please watch my previous videos so that you will be familiar with the concepts based on this laws of motion. So let's start this topic. Before going to start this, let us consider a body. If I apply force on this body, it does not move spontaneously. Why? Because something is opposing this force so that it is hold to this surface. So as well as if I increase the force, still it does not move its position, then we can represent that some force is acting on that body which is not allowing to move this body. So as we go on increasing the force applied on this body, at a particular amount of force applied by us, the body starts moving. So the opposition of the applied force in the reverse direction represents a frictional force. Observe that the definition of frictional force is the resistance to the motion because the object interacts with its surroundings is called as friction. Why it is stick to this surface means as you observe the surface through the microscope, the surface will not be even, it will be like this. The surface will be like this. Actually, when we view the surface by our eye, it appears as flat, but when we see the surface through the microscope, the surface appears like this. So when the object is placed on this surface, the body is being locked within this the body is being locked within this medium. As the body is locked, as we try to drag this body on this surface, this uneven surface holds the body and it does not allow the body to move until this surface breaks, cracks. So due to this reason itself, frictional force acts on the body when it is placed on a horizontal floor. So now here we are saying that due to the uneven nature of the surface, frictional force is acting between the body as well as floor. So frictional force is nothing but the force which acts on the body in opposite direction when a force F is applied. Let us consider a body of mass M. Suppose that I am applying a force of 3 newtons on this body. So since I am applying a force of 3 newtons, if we consider that the body is not moving, we can represent that a frictional force is acting on the body which is equals to this applied force. Whereas if I increase the force to 5 newton, then still if the body does not move, we can represent that the frictional force is acting on the body with the same amount of magnitude. Whereas if I increase the force in forward direction to 7 newton, then if the body still not moves, we can represent that the frictional force is acting on the body in opposite direction with the same magnitude. Whereas if we consider that on applying a force of 11 newton, the body started moving in the forward direction, means this body has attained a magnitude of force which the frictional force cannot act on the body. It cannot oppose the motion of the body. That represents the case of friction. Means here until now, as you observe that up to this force, the body does not move due to the frictional force. When the frictional force is acting on the body when it is at rest position, if the frictional force is acting on the body when it is at a rest position, then we represent it as static friction. As we know that static is nothing but the body is not moving, it is at a rest position, then we can represent it as a static frictional force. Whereas if the body is moving and if the frictional force is acting on the body, then we can represent that it's a kinetic frictional force. Kinetic frictional means that the frictional force acts on the body when it is moving, then we represent the frictional force as a kinetic friction force. If the frictional force is acting on the body when it is at a rest position, then we represent it as a static frictional force. Whereas if we consider a body which rolls in the forward direction like this. Then the frictional force acts on the body. In the case of rolling is known as a rolling frictional force. Now we are familiar with what is meant by static friction and what is meant by kinetic friction and what is meant by rolling friction. So come to the case of this static friction force is being represented based on the normal reaction. Why? Because when we consider a body, the weight acts in the downward direction, whereas it is being balanced by normal reaction. Whereas we are applying the force in the forward direction and it is F, and the frictional force is acting in the opposite direction. Whereas according to the static frictional force, the static frictional force is directly proportional to normal reaction. In order to remove this proportionality, we will add a constant, and this constant is represented as mu suffix s into n, where mu suffix s is a coefficient of static friction. Mu suffix s is a coefficient of static friction. Whereas in the case of kinetic friction, here it is represented as F suffix k is directly proportional to n. In order to remove the proportionality, we will add a constant, and it is represented as F suffix k equals to mu suffix k into n, where mu suffix k is a coefficient of kinetic friction. Coefficient of kinetic friction. So this is the formula given for static frictional force, and it is given for kinetic frictional force based on normal reaction for a body. So if we draw the graph between frictional force, maximum frictional force, as well as applied force, here what happens is, let us consider this body. When I apply a force on this body, the body is not going to change its state. So means we can represent that on applying the force bias, the static frictional force also increases up to certain extent. That is being represented by this line. So the point from origin to A represents a static force, static frictional force. So from 0 to A means on the application of force with respect to applied force, frictional force also increases linearly. So as you observe that after a particular extent at A, the static frictional force has been converted into kinetic frictional force. This line represents a kinetic frictional force. So at this, so what we can represent is that the body is moving in the forward direction on applying the force. So from A to B, it represents kinetic friction force. Whereas as you observe that the line in between 0 to B, which separates static and kinetic, represents limiting frictional force. Limiting frictional force. The line which separates kinetic and static is known as a limiting frictional force. At this extent itself, the body will change its state. The line which changes the state of friction from static to kinetic is known as limiting frictional force. So now we had seen the difference of static region with respect to kinetic region. Whereas as you observe this, mu suffix s represents as coefficient of static friction and mu suffix k represents coefficient of kinetic friction. In this case, mu suffix s is greater than mu suffix k, means the coefficient of static friction will be greater than coefficient of kinetic friction. Whereas this coefficient of kinetic friction is greater than coefficient of rolling friction. Coefficient of rolling friction. Take a screenshot, we will continue. Now we are going to solve a problem based on this friction. Observe the first problem. A block of mass 4 kg is placed on a rough horizontal plane. A time dependent horizontal force F is equals to kt. F equals to kt acts on the block such that k is equals to 2 Newton per second. Find the frictional force between the block and the plane at t is equals to 2 seconds as well as at t is equals to 5 seconds. So here now we have to represent the frictional force acting on the block at t equals to 2 seconds as well as t equals to 5 seconds, whereas here he had given that mu equals to 0.2. If the coefficient of friction is given as a 0.2, mu equals to 0.2, then here we consider that mu suffix s equals to mu suffix k equals to mu. So either it might be static as well as a kinetic. So in order to solve this, first of all consider the body. Whereas mass of the body is 4 kg, and here observe that weight acts in the downward direction. Weight mg is equals to 4 into 10 g. If we had considered g equals to 10, then here we get 40 Newton. Weight acts in the downward direction, whereas it is being balanced by normal reaction. So here we are applying the force on this body where it is equals to F equals to kt, where force F equals to kt, and the frictional force acts in the opposite direction. Now based on this we have to represent this. Observe that when we consider the force at t equals to 2 seconds, the force is given as F equals to, the value of k is 2 and the time is 2 into 2, 4 Newton of force acts on the block at a t equals to 2 seconds. Whereas here we have to represent the limiting frictional force, where we know that limiting frictional force F suffix L equals to mu into n, where n is equals to mg, nothing but 40 Newton. N equals to mg, nothing but 40 Newton. So here the value of mu is 0.2 into 40. So 4 to 8, the limiting frictional force acting on the block is 8 Newton. Since frictional force is greater than the applied force, the block will not move at a time t equals to 2 seconds. Whereas at a t equals to 5 seconds, F is equals to 2 into 5, nothing but 10 Newtons of force acts on the block. Observe that the limiting frictional force is F suffix L is equals to 8 Newton. Based on that we can represent that the applied force is greater than frictional force. So the block moves in the forward direction. Take a screenshot, we will continue. The next problem is a block of mass 2 kg is with a force of 10 Newton. So here the force acting on the block is 10 Newton, whereas the mass of the block is 2 kg. To start it moving on a rough surface with mu s equals to, the coefficient of static friction is mu suffix s equals 0.4 and kinetic friction mu suffix k equals 0.2. The force continues to act afterwards. What is the acceleration of the body as well as the kinetic frictional force acting on the body? So here we have to find the acceleration of the body as well as a kinetic frictional force acting on the body. In order to find this, first of all let us find out the limiting frictional force, so that the body is going to change its state from static to kinetic frictional force. So in order to represent that, first of all consider the body. It is having a mass of 2 kg, so the weight acts in the downward direction, and we know that mg is equals to 2 into 10, nothing but 20 Newton of force is acting in the downward direction, and it is being balanced by normal reaction. Whereas applied force is 10 Newton. Here force acting on the block is 10 Newton. Now we have to represent the frictional force. So here we are going to represent the limiting frictional force. F suffix L equals mu suffix s into n, whereas n equals to 20 Newton. So here mu suffix s is 0.4 into 20. Observe that here limiting frictional force is equals to 8 Newton. Limiting frictional force is 8 Newton. So based on that, the resultant force acting on the block is equals to applied force minus frictional force. Whereas applied force is 10 Newton and frictional force acting on the block is 8 Newton. So here the resultant force acting on the block is 2 Newton. So based on this force itself, the block moves in the forward direction. Whereas acceleration acting on the block is equals to resultant force by mass of the block. Whereas mass of the block is 2 kg and resultant force is 2. So here we get a 2 by 2 is equals to 1 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration acting on the block. Whereas we have to represent the kinetic frictional force, whereas the kinetic frictional force F suffix k equals to mu suffix k into n, whereas mu suffix k equals to 0.2 into n is 20. So here the kinetic frictional force acting on the block is 4 Newton. Take a screenshot, we'll continue. The next problem is a block of mass 2 kg is pushed up with a force of F equals to 20 Newton at an angle of 53 degrees with vertical. If the force continues to act, what is the acceleration of the block? Where mu equals to 0.2. Here observe that mass of the block is 2 kg, whereas force acting on the block is 20 Newton. Whereas here the value of coefficient of friction is 0.2. Now we have to find out acceleration. So in order to find this, let us draw the diagram FBD. Whereas observe that mass of 2 kg is placed on a horizontal surface, whereas weight acts in the downward direction, nothing but mg, where mg is nothing but 2 into 10, which is equals to 20 Newton. It is being balanced by normal reaction. So here the force acts on the block by an angle of 53 degrees with vertical. 53 degrees with the vertical. Since the force is being represented in 2 dimensions, it resolves into components as F sine 53 as well as F cos 53. F cos 53. So we have to represent the force. As you observe that the force is 20 and we know that sine 53 is nothing but 4 by 5. 5 fours are 20. So here we get 4 into 4, 16 Newton of force acts along the horizontal. Whereas we have to represent the force acting on the upward direction vertically. So we know that F is equals to 20 and cos 53 is 3 by 5 and we know that 5 fours are 20, 4 threes are 12 Newtons. 12 Newton of force acts in the upward direction along vertical. So now here based on this, now we have to find out the acceleration acting on the block. For this we have to find the normal reaction. As you observe that normal reaction as well as this force balances the weight of the block. So based on that we can represent it as n plus 12 is equals to 20. From this n is equals to 20 minus 12 is equals to 8 Newton. So normal reaction of the block is 8 Newton. Now from this we have to find out the limiting frictional force, whereas limiting frictional force equals to mu into n, where the value of mu is 0.2 into n is 8. 8 is 16, nothing but the limiting frictional force is 1.6 Newton, whereas horizontally the force acting on the block is 16 Newton. So based on that we have to find the acceleration of the block, and as you observe that the acceleration acting on the block A is equals to applied force along the horizontal, nothing but 16 minus limiting frictional force by mass of the block 2. So from this A is equals to 16 minus 1.6, 4 and 5 minus 1, 4 and 1. So here we get a 14.4 by 2. 7 to the 14 and 2 to the 4. So here we get acceleration A equals to 7.2 meter per second square. So this is the acceleration acting on the block when it The force is acting by an angle of 53 degrees with respect to vertical. Take a screenshot, we will continue. The next question is, a block of mass 4 kg is pushed down with force F equals to 10 Newton at an angle of 37 degrees with the vertical. If the force continues to act, what is the acceleration of the block such that mu equals to 0.4? Here force acting on the block is F equals to 10 Newton. So here observe that the block is being pushed down. The force is being applied on the block in the downward direction by pushing at an angle of 37 degrees. So since the force is acting by an angle of 37 degrees with vertical, here we represent the force in the downward direction like this, F. As you consider it along the x and y axis, it resolves into components as F cos 37 and F sin 37. F sin 37. Now we have to represent the force where F equals to 10 Newton. So here from this here we get a 10 into 4 by 5. So 5 to 0. So here along the horizontal 8 newtons of force acts on the block. Whereas along the vertical 10 into 3 by 5. So 2. 3 to 0. 6. Along vertical 6 Newton of force acts on the block based on the applying force. Whereas observe that the block is having a mass of 4 kg and it acts in the downward direction. And here mg is equals to mass is 4 and g is 10. So here we get a 40 Newton. This force as well as this force is being balanced by normal reaction. These two forces are being balanced by normal reaction. So based on that here we represent that n is equals to 40 plus 6. So the total normal reaction acting on the block is 46 Newton in order to balance this. Now we have to represent the limiting frictional force, whereas a limiting frictional force F suffix L equals to mu into n, where the value of mu is 0.4 into n is 46. Observe that 4 6 are 24, 2 4 4 are 16, 16 plus 2 18, 18.4 Newton. So this is the limiting frictional force acting on the block. Observe that here applied force along the horizontal is 8 Newton, whereas the limiting frictional force is 18.4 Newton. So based on that here we can represent that limiting frictional force is greater than applied force. So acceleration of the block is equals to 0. Why? Because the block will remain at rest position. Take a screenshot. I hope that you had enjoyed my video. Please give a like to this video, share this video to your friends, and don't forget to subscribe my channel. Thank you.